What is going on, everybody? It's Josh, back with another episode of Old School Cards, episode 24, titled A New Beginning. I've been gone for a couple months, but guess what? Hockey season is 2 days away from preseason starting, and we're about to start a new year, which means more hockey content coming your way. And that's what my show is about, hockey cards past, present, and future. Whether you've been collecting since the 70s, did you get hooked during the 90s, or are you just jumping in, chasing that Connor Bedard? Is he going to be good this year? Is he finally going to live up to the hype? This is going to be the place where we break down the history, the market, and the stories that make the hobby fun. Each week, we'll spotlight individual cards, track some market trends, look at iconic sets, and even have some fun with eBay listings and marketplace listings. It's going to be a great time. I'm glad you're still around. Let's get right into it. We're going to talk about the hockey card of the week. And this week, I chose the 1985-86 O-Pee-Chee Mario Lemieux rookie card. This week's featured card is one of the most important in hockey history. Lemieux was drafted first overall by the Pittsburgh Penguins in 1984, and by the end of his rookie season, he had already established himself as one of the greatest offensive talents in NHL history. His rookie card has always been in high demand. From a condition standpoint, this card is tough. Centering issues are common, and like most O-Pee-Chee cards from the era, rough edges and print defects can hurt grades. PSA's pop report shows thousands graded, but very few PSA 10s exist. In fact, that number is less than 50 for a total of 48. Price-wise, a PSA 9 typically sells in the $2,500 range, while a PSA 10 can exceed $40,000, depending on the auction. Even raw, ungraded copies in solid condition can fetch large amounts of money. It remains one of the cornerstone rookie cards in the entire hobby, and every serious hockey collector dreams of owning one. I myself picked up a Mario Lemieux rookie card last year. I did not get the O-Pee-Chee. I went the budget-friendly version and purchased the Topps. But let's take a little bit of a deep dive into his card. We're going to look at O-Pee-Chee first, and then we will look at the Topps card. So O-Pee-Chee PSA 10, 5 have sold in the last year with an average sale price of $35,470. The last sale being on September 6, 2025 for $44,000 and change. The PSA 9, 38 have sold in the last year with an average price of $2,429.32. The last one being sold on September the 12th at $2,300. Now let's look at the budget-friendly version, the Topps card. I personally own a PSA 6 Topps, which will run you in the $150 range. I think I paid $139 or $149 for mine. A PSA 10 Topps 5 were sold in the last year, average sale price of just over $10,000. The last one sold on September 2nd, 2025 for $11,750. PSA 9, 49 have sold in the last year. Average price of $852.75. The last sale being September 1st, 2025 for $866.66. So as you can see, they're both 1985 cards. One is O-Pee-Chee, one is Topps. The O-Pee-Chee was printed on flimsier cardstock, and that's why the higher grades command a much higher price. They're also more rare because they were distributed in Canada and not the United States. I am in the United States in Texas. We're going to move to the next segment of our show that I'm going to title, moving forward, Frozen in Time. And this is where we're going to look back at hockey card sets of the past. So the first one, I had several options to choose from, but the first one I chose is 1979-1980 O-Pee-Chee. So this week in Frozen in Time, we're going back to one of the most iconic sets ever produced, the 79-80 O-Pee-Chee. Of course, the crown jewel of that set is the Wayne Gretzky rookie card, widely considered the most important modern hockey card. It has reached legendary status, legendary prices, and it's what moves the needle when we're talking hockey cards. What makes this card particularly special isn't just the player, but the condition challenges. O-Pee-Chee cards from that era were known for rough cuts, poor centering, and print defects. As a result, finding a high-grade Gretzky rookie is incredibly difficult. PSA themselves have graded over 10,000 copies, but only a couple dozen have ever reached a PSA 10. I believe there's two PSA 10s, not a dozen, a couple. One of the last sales was in 2021, and it sold for $3.75 million, making it one of the most valuable sports cards in existence. It is considered the GOAT card for hockey. Even PSA 8 Gretzky rookie cards regularly sell in the 5-figure range, 4 to 5 figures. And raw copies are still approaching 4 figures, some even more. But beyond Gretzky, the set features other Hall of Famers like Bobby Hull, Gordie Howe, and Mike Bossy. The 1979 O-Pee-Chee set will always be remembered as the birthplace of the Great Ones rookie card. It's a great set. It's something that we should all look into. Me personally, I picked up a Gretzky rookie card recently, and I'll talk about that here shortly. Moving into the next portion of the show, we're going with something called the market shift. This week, if you followed my show last year, it was a lot of Alex Ovechkin. I could not shy away, being in the preseason of what could be Alex Ovechkin's final career season in the NHL. So we're going to talk about Alex Ovechkin. As the NHL season approaches, all eyes are on Alex Ovechkin, the NHL's all-time leading goal scorer with 897 goals. Entering his 21st season, Ovechkin is poised to achieve several significant milestones that could further solidify his legendary status. He's obviously approaching 900 goals. He's going to be the first player ever to reach 900 career goals, and it would be monumental in the hockey world. His continued dominance with his consistent performance, Ovechkin is expected to add to his impressive tally, potentially surpassing additional records and further cementing his legacy. What about his hockey card? Increased demand. Ovechkin approaches these milestones. There has been a noticeable uptick in demand for his rookie cards, particularly the Upper Deck Young Guns rookie card from 05-06 Series 1. Correction, I believe it was Series 2. High-grade versions, PSA 9s and 10s, have seen price increases over the past 2 years as he was chasing the goal record. It's garnering investment interest. People are starting to look at it like they look at Gretzky cards. Investors are closely monitoring Ovechkin's performance with expectations that his cards will continue to appreciate in value, especially once he achieves the 900 goal milestone. From a collector's perspective, for all collectors, owning a piece of Ovechkin's history, especially a high-grade rookie card, is becoming increasingly appealing as his career milestones unfold. To sum it all up, Alex Ovechkin's pursuit of 900 career goals is not only a significant event in NHL history, but also a catalyst for increased interest and investment in his hockey cards. Collectors and investors alike are keeping a close eye on his performance this season. On the vintage side, Gretzky rookies continue to hold strong. Even in a softer market, high-grade examples are still setting records, proving that true blue-chip vintage hockey cards remain steady and consistent investments. And be sure, this one's for some of my people over at the Hockey Cards Gong Show, don't overlook sleepers. We haven't had a dominant goalie in a long time. So goalies from the 90s like Dominik Hasek, Curtis Joseph, and this one's for you, Baba Louie, Martin Brodeur, remain undervalued compared to their career accomplishments. As collectors start to revisit that era, these cards could see upward movement. Now we need to talk about, in our mainstream marketplace, where are people actually buying and selling hockey cards today? The biggest platform is eBay. Millions of listings for everything from vintage Gretzky rookies to new Connor Bedard young guns. It's a massive marketplace, but something you need to be aware of because eBay allows people on there. So make sure you're checking feedback and authenticity. Some other trusted platforms are ComC, who also posts on eBay. The old PWCC, which is now Fanatics Collect. Golden Auctions. And a lot of these places handle high-end and graded cards in the market. Something that is a little bit newer that you might not know about is My Slabs and also Slab Sharks. Slab Sharks has a pretty strong market share in Canada, but they are expanding into the United States. On the retail side, places like if you want to purchase boxes of wax, Dave & Adams, Steel City, and Blowout are places to go online. And then, of course, you can never talk about hockey cards without talking about the only digital marketplace that is Upper Deck ePack, that is ran and produced directly through Upper Deck, where you rip digital packs online and later ship cards physical to your address. You get the digital card. If it's certain types of cards, you can combine it, or certain cards you can have printed and shipped to your house. Now we're going to move into another section that we're going to call Slab Watch. And this is kind of already something we've touched on with the Mario Lemieux card, where we discussed the PSA 9s, PSA 10s, but we can look at that card as a great example of how grades impact value. PSA has graded over 6,000 copies with only 48 PSA 10s. That scarcity is why the price gap is so great between a PSA 9 and a PSA 10. If you remember, the PSA 9 O-Pee-Chee is about $2,500. Meanwhile, the PSA 10 is averaging $35,000. So that is a more than 10 times value increase in one grade point. Something else to look into is crossovers. Crossovers is when somebody gets a slabbed card. Let's say they get it in a BGS slab. And we all know the woes of BGS going downhill. So maybe they want to update to a PSA slab. So they'll get a higher grade BGS slab, or any grade really, and then attempt to cross it over to PSA. That gamble can pay off big if you get an uptake in PSA grade as opposed to a BGS or an SGC grade, but it's also risky, especially when you're talking about older O-Pee-Chee cards. If you're considering grading, always look carefully at centering, print defects, and edge quality before submitting. With vintage hockey, those factors make a huge difference. So now we're going to shuffle all across the room, and we're going to go to the collector's corner. Since this is our new beginnings episode, I'm going to share one of my own collecting stories. And the collecting story I'm going to talk about, because I haven't had the chance to talk about it. It happened since I made my last video. I'm sorry, I need a drink. If you've been following my content, and you know that I've been on a quest for 600 career goal scorers, I have been patiently waiting for over a year to find the right Wayne Gretzky rookie card. I also chose to go with a PSA slab. And if you give me a second here, I will look it up in my collection. And I purchased the budget-friendly version, 1979-1980 Topps Wayne Gretzky in a PSA 3. I think I got a steal of a deal. I purchased it for right around $600, and Card Ladder is showing the value of that card at right around $750. My PSA 3 is a card that I looked at centering and registration. I'm not too worried about corners and edge wear. I just wanted to have the card. I did do a few things that I was not planning to do just because of the circumstances surrounding everything. If you remember, my original plan was to save up my money and then go to a card show and have a personal transaction with that card. Here's the problem with that. You're banking on that card being at the card show that you want to purchase. And I had found one that I wanted to purchase at the Dallas Card Show prior to going. And then I reached out to the vendor, and he had already sold that card and was not in possession of it and would not have it at the Dallas Card Show. So, after waiting for such a long time, I decided to continue to search, and I purchased my Wayne Gretzky rookie card off of a Fanatics Collect weekly auction. So that's where my Wayne Gretzky rookie came from. I'm so happy to have it. I still have it out on my desk at home. It is truly a legendary, iconic card that I have for my collection. My pursuit of 600 goal scorers is dwindling down. I've been recently looking at Crosby and Ovechkin Young Guns cards, and I have not wanted to pull the trigger on one of their independent cards. But what I did do recently is I purchased their Young Guns checklist cards. So those are the cards they share with another player from that year. So it is a Young Guns checklist card from 05-06. I got one of Crosby and I got one of Ovechkin. They're not at my house yet, so I haven't had a chance to fully inspect them or display them, but I anticipate using those in my 600 goal scorer rookie card collection until I can get the individual copies of those cards. And it's kind of cool. We're getting ready to start the hockey season. I'm super excited for hockey to be coming back. Even though I'm a coach of multiple sports, hockey's one sport I never played or coached. But as I get older, it's the sport that I love the most. Now, let's talk about some hobby news. And we can't talk about hobby news if we're not talking about 24-25 Upper Deck Stature and its recent release. It's one of the higher-end products from Upper Deck, known for premium cardstock, elegant foil designs, and a heavy focus on autographs on card. Each hobby box typically delivers one autograph, multiple numbered parallels, and rookies on thick, glossy cardstock. Collectors especially love the colored parallels, and I'm no different. Greens, reds, blues, purples, and of course the one-of-one blacks. This year's checklist is interesting because they combine the last 2 years. So you have rookies like Connor Bedard, Adam Fantilli, and you also have rookies like Macklin Celebrini. So it's 2 years of rookies. So this product is going like hotcakes. I think the retail price was like $180 a box. And I looked earlier today and they're already over $200 a box on eBay. If you're looking at some high-end display-worthy cards, Stature is a great choice. You get on-card autos. But remember, you're paying for quality, not quantity. You're going to get one pack, one auto. It's not a product that you just rip. It's kind of an experience in and of itself. I personally am a singles purchaser. I don't buy wax because I want what I want, and that's where I want to have focused hobby dollars, not random hobby dollars. I've been in the hobby now for over 30 years, and I'm not a big set collector, so I don't want random cards. I want to spend my money on cards that I want in my collection. But you still can get some great cards opening that product. My favorite Stature card is a card I picked up last year, and it's a Henrik Zetterberg on-card auto. Just a beautiful auto, a beautiful card. I love Stature. I think it's way underrated, even though it's a high-end product. I just want to say thank you guys for hanging around, hoping that something would come back. We're moving into our overtime, our wrap-up session. We went all the way from the opening face-off to the overtime in 24 minutes, guys. That's great. That's going to wrap it up for today's episode, A New Beginning. It's a new season. We're going to bring back some of the old stuff. We're going to incorporate some new stuff. And today we covered Mario Lemieux's rookie card, the iconic 1979 O-Pee-Chee hockey set, some market shifts, and some purchases. Next week, we're going to dive into the world of Young Guns and the iconic Upper Deck rookie card phenomenon that has become the Young Guns, why they've become the standard for modern hockey collecting, and which ones you should watch for. And if you enjoyed the show, please subscribe on your local subscription network, wherever you heard it at. I'm all over social media. If you want to reach out and share your stories, please do. I'm always looking for good stuff for Collector's Corner. OldSchoolCards24 at gmail.com. That's OldSchoolCards, the number's 24 at gmail.com. I'd love to feature your stuff in Collector's Corner. Thanks for listening, guys. And until next time, keep your cards safe and your skates sharp.